Oh yeah. Let's go.
All right, all right.
Yeah. All right. Want to welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. It's your boy Bread. Hope is around here somewhere.
Yeah. I'm in the mix.
Good. Good, man. So welcome everybody to the Bread and Hope Show. We are here every Wednesday night from 9ish to 10ish. So we get closer to 9. We get closer and closer back to our normal time at 9. So we're like 9ish and 10ish. A little bit over. But we're getting there, y'all. So welcome to the Brad and Hope Show. Hope, what's going on, man?
Oh man, all good, man. Just we got a lot to talk about tonight. Weekend was good. Got a lot of football as always. I didn't do anything really special this weekend, but I know you had a birthday. Hey
Oh
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
you had a
right.
birthday and
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I know you had a whole lot of fun.
Oh man. Yes, sir. Had a birthday last Tuesday. And so me and Miss Bread went on a cruise for a week.
Oh
And
man.
Coco Cay Island, and we hit St. Thomas, which is always beautiful. And it's my first time in St. Martin. Islanders call it, natives call it Saint Martin.
Ah,
So
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 that's what
yeah.
they call it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. We was all wrong, man. So so it's very unique. One side of the island is French, right? The other side is Dutch.
hmm
And they speak about 5 different languages there. But very beautiful place, man. Highly recommend it. And they are developing property as we speak, creating neighborhoods, man. So
Wow.
a lot of new neighborhoods and iguanas. So if you like iguanas, they got plenty for you. Probably got more iguanas than people there.
Right.
So yeah, it's always fun to go to new places. And especially if I haven't been there before, I like taking tours to find out
Yeah.
more about it and then just get, just some authentic flavor, kind of get out of the touristy spots a little bit,
Right. Right.
and so that was a whole lot of fun. Shout out to Royal Caribbean Cruises for having a real bar on the ship, real sports bar. Let me put it that way. Specify sports bar. You go to a lot of cruises, whatever space they have left over, they just make it a sports bar. Stick it in the corner somewhere,
Yeah.
But Royal Caribbean has a real bar, real bartenders, real waiters, waitresses. It's real bar, and there's no bad place. There's no bad seat in the house. So that was great, man. So at least most of it was great. Last part of it, on my way out, I got sick, so that wasn't
Yeah.
fun. I got
Yeah.
sick. I got sick, and I think I sprained my bicep too. That long story. I'll tell you about that after the show.
All
But
right. All right.
so yeah, man. So and on top of that, you got a chance to watch all the games on the ship, so you didn't miss anything. Back in the day, all depending on which cruise line you were on, it was hard to find the game. The internet service was crappy. All that stuff was good on Royal Caribbean. So it comes highly recommended. Highly recommended. Royal Caribbean,
Yeah.
good stuff.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so that's it. And I'm going to tell you guys something interesting. And I know we're going to talk about Falcons talk later on, but I got a chance to watch the Falcons-Eagles game on the ship. Okay, and obviously the ship was, for some strange reason, full of Eagle fans. So Eagle fans come out of everywhere. You know how it is when you turn the lights on back in the day in the kitchen and maybe you see some roaches scatter or something. Well, we had a couple, so maybe I'm the only one gonna relate to that. But and so you grow up and they scatter and all of a sudden you just or maybe like flies on poop, probably a better example of Eagle fans. So but they just all flocked at the bar. And Falcon fans, at least inside the bar, it was only me and about two or three other Falcon fans in there. So we were outnumbered like 50-3. And they show everybody that they can spelling the Eagles and all every time they did. But they were nervous the whole while through because they're like, wait a minute, something's wrong. Something's not right here. They expected not only to win, but to beat the Falcons bad. That was the expectation. And that did not happen. And oh my goodness, I was talking smack the entire time. The entire time. I was win or lose, I was talking smack the whole time. And if you're an Eagles fan, Eagles fans aren't used to that. They don't have a lot of experience with Falcon fans. Not very many people do outside of being down south or a Saints fan. Nobody knows us. And it was so funny. But they were real good sports about it. I think I had the good Eagle fans on the cruise. That I didn't have. I won't say not the real Eagle fans, but I didn't get the real obnoxious Eagle fans. I got the kind of funny ones.
Right.
So yeah, man. Won a bottle of champagne through a victory. Cool people, man. So cool. Shout out to Rob. Eagles fan that I met, man, from Philly. I forget which neighborhood he was from up there, but he was cool people, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
I've been to Philadelphia a couple times growing up, and I always thought that Philly was a cool city, man. Outside of football, real good people, good city, good food. I always have a good time when I went to Philly, man. So shout out to Philly. Not necessarily the Eagles, but shout out to Philly. All the good people I know in Philly. Shout out. Had a good time. So, yeah, I just thought it was eventful. And at the end of the day, Hobel, I was the only one in the bar. Me and about two other Falcon fans were the only people in the bar. I mean, they had a VIP section in that field and everything, shouting out stuff all the way. Man, it was crazy. And when it was done, it was done. We were there like, look, where did everybody go? Well, anyway, enough about that, man. I just thought it was really interesting to share with all the listeners here, man, with the fun time I had on the ship with my new Eagle friends.
Well, hey, man, sound like a fun time. I'm glad you had a great time.
Oh, drinks on me. All drinks on me. But I want to thank everybody for joining the show, Brandon Hobel Show. We're here every Wednesday night from 9-ish to 10-ish. And we're based in Atlanta, Georgia, as probably picked up previous conversation. And we talk about sports primarily in the state of Georgia. But whatever your team is, feel free to represent your team, except for Saint fans. You can't do that this week. It's hate week. So, you can listen to the show, but you're not allowed to talk crap because you're Saint fans and it's hate week. So, so we like. I got a lot of Saint friends, so I have fun with the Aints. So thanks for joining the show, and give us a ring, call, or check us out on replay. We're on a new platform here, and so far so good with StreamYard. So with that, Hobel, what you got?
Yeah, like you said, I want to thank all the new listeners for joining us tonight. You can also visit our website, www.sportsandbrews.com, where we have real live sports content as well as beer content. And also check out the Bread and Hobel Show Facebook group. We post different things that are, all about related to sports. You're welcome to be a part of the team. Just hit us up and we'll take care of you. And I also want to give a shout out to Lou. Lou is in the house. Lou will be joining us later on with some good commentary. And yeah, let's get on into let's get on into it.
So look, man, Daniel Dubois knocks out Anthony Joshua. Went upside. You know, back in the day, they said, boy, somebody went upside your head. Well, somebody went upside Anthony Joshua's head over weekend, which is not new. This is not the first somebody going upside his head.
Yeah.
And he's taking something up his noggin. So not surprised. I mean, nobody knows the guy. You know, I'm not that familiar with him. But it's just not the first time that Anthony Joshua has made some relatively obscure boxer famous. So look, man. I mean, is he washed up Hova or what?
Well, he's close to it. he close to it, man. I don't know what's going on, but you know, the bottom line is this, Brad. I mean, he's the guy. The thing about Anthony Joshua, in the book is out on him. He doesn't have a chin. You know, I mean, he can box.
Yeah.
I mean, he can. You know, he can box with the best of them, but he just doesn't have a chin, man. And you just, you know, in that sport, in the boxing world, if you got a soft chin, it's not going to work out.
Eventually it catches up with you.
Yeah, he's going to catch up with
you. Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with him. But I think that he did himself a disservice some years ago. A lot of money on the table with Deontay Wilder, you know, before he fought Fury. But he spent, you know, too many years running away from that fight. And you know, we probably knew he couldn't beat the man. It's probably why he ran away from the fight. So, you know, he could have taken that fight earlier. He didn't fight Fury. He was supposed to fight Fury after this Dubois fight, but he ended up losing. You know, messed up church money, as they say. And so, look, man, I just think that his time passed. I think he missed out on a lot of money. Should have fought Deontay Wilder years ago when he had a chance to. Ran from it. Took a couple of other fights. Now he wished that Deontay Wilder would pick up a fight with him right now. And both of these guys, you know, it's just kind of a wrap. Fury's even lost one going down the stretch. I don't even think he wants to box anymore. So everybody's trying to dangle money in front of him and say, hey, do it one more time. Everybody trying to get paid off of his sweat one last time, but it's not their ass on the line. So It's easy to say that when you don't have to fight yourself. These guys got to put it on, and they really want. At least I know Fury wants to kind of move on. Deontay Wilder, I'm not so sure. There's some mental things seem to be wrong with him, but I think that Anthony Joshua, man, just really messed up a lot of money. And I don't know where does he go from here. I don't know. I hope that, you know, he finds some place for him. But I'm done. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap.
Yeah, I think it's a wrap, man. So real quick, man. Braves Mets, changing gears a little bit. And look, I told you guys some months ago about the Braves and what I think. I don't think we can make it to the postseason this year. We just don't have it. We're consistently inconsistent. And that doesn't get you a championship. So I don't think we make it, although we had a very spirited game against the Mets. When was it, yesterday?
Yeah. Like we're having some technical difficulties.
Game was postponed. Next couple of games are postponed until next week.
Hey, Brad.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, looks like your feed was a little delayed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain going on over here, man. And so my connection's been funky with the rain.
Yeah,
going on. So I may be going in and out tonight because we got just funky weather down here, man.
Gotcha.
So just pick it up if I if I fall. But yeah, that's all I want to say about the Braves. What you got on the Braves, man?
Well, I mean, they started off, the series with the Mets. They got one win under their belt. They're gonna pick it back up next week, a doubleheader. I mean, hell, anything can happen at this point. They got home field, you're playing at home. Who's to say they don't win the next two games? Hell, sweep the Mets. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. But I don't know. Can the season, if they can make it to the playoffs, how far they really gonna go?
Exactly. They're not gonna do anything. They're just gonna mess it up. It's kind of like you buy a kid, good clothes, and why buy him if you know he's gonna go outside and mess them up in the rain or something? So that's the Braves. Okay. Yeah. You do get them new clothes. They're just gonna mess them up, and so they're not gonna go out there and wallow in the mud or something. So that's the Braves, man. And what's so sad about it is they won't have the opportunity to build momentum after the spirited win last night, and so now you're gonna get 3-4 days to cool off, and now you got to play the Mets all over again. I think that's the worst thing that ever could have happened to the Braves. I think Mets beat them. I hate to admit that, but I think Mets get them. I think Mets get the Braves, man, and Braves season's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I don't, that's just kind of how I see it. I'm not feeling the Braves this year.
Well, man, I'm like this. I mean, that's the funny thing about baseball. Just when you think it never falls the way you want it to. And anybody can get hot at any time. And I think right now, I think the Braves, after that last game, if they can continue to put the bat on the ball,
yeah,
and have pretty solid pitching, I like their chances.
Yeah,
I like their chances, and they one thing about the Braves at home, they hit pretty good for the most part. They've been pretty decent at home hitting the ball. It's what really been hurting them is injuries and subpar pitching from time to time. Yeah. But like I said, man, I think I have a feeling they're gonna sweep the Mets. Mark my words. I said it first on the Braden Hova show. The Braves gonna sweep the Mets.
We hear you. They 92 Game has a show about the Mets. Not a show, but a song about the Mets.
Yeah.
It is. I can't repeat it, but but he has the night show here on 92 The Game, and he made up a whole song that everybody on the station singing it. It's kind of catchy. But I can't repeat it. But
hey, man, funny. Breaking news: we may have an upset brewing up here in this WNBA playoff.
Oh man, no, not the Fever.
The Caitlin Clark magic may continue.
Oh my goodness, she's favoring a whole lot better than the Dream. The Dream is done.
It's almost 2 minutes left in the game.
Oh,
Indiana is up. So yeah, so that's breaking news.
Oh my goodness. I'm quite sure that ESPN is pulling for one more of these games because a Fever sweep here does ESPN no good.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. They clamoring for another game, but we'll see if the magic continues. But look, man, we got a lot of college football going on right now. A lot of football. We're in the thick of it right now. It's a lot of football happening. Love it. Got a chance to catch it on the ship. And so one of the more intriguing games that I caught, it was a couple of intriguing games, but I think that Michigan USC game was pretty good. Kind of back and forth at one moment. Michigan found a way to kind of pull that out, 27-24.
Yeah.
But I thought that was pretty good. Back and forth game there was pretty good, evenly matched. Not surprised about. Go ahead.
Well, also too, I think you got to give a coach credit for understanding what his team is.
Yeah,
He changed everything up. I mean, the quarterback.
yeah,
Um, they basically play what they do best, and they're what they do best is running the ball.
yeah,
But again, Michigan is who we thought they were. Soon as they go up against a team that got a defense and
yeah,
make them one dimensional to where they gotta pass the ball and stop the
yeah,
run,
yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
No, 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 no. And I just think that, I mean, even though USC played better defense, um, there are better defenses out there than USC.
Absolutely.
That can really stymie this team. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. This Big Ten, this new Big Ten ball is something to behold. It's weird seeing, Big Ten, UCLA, Big Ten, Oregon. All righty. So in Ohio State, I mean, still, man, I mean, it's one of those years I don't really believe in their quarterback this year.
Yeah.
I think they got a really good receiver again. They're still like receiver U. But I think they got a pretty decent defense, but still they haven't really played anybody. And so I just don't know what to think of Ohio State just yet. I got to see them play better quality teams, a more competitive teams such as Penn State, a little bit more competitive for them. Penn State seems to be hot, but we're gonna find out if it's the same old Penn State or if they have something.
Yeah, I think Ohio State, that quarterback is questionable. I
Yeah.
don't think, I think if he goes against a defense like a Georgia, I don't think I think it's gonna be a whole different story with that guy.
Yeah. So I agree. I'm just not a believer in him, but all I do know is they better win against Michigan. They lose to Michigan without Harbaugh, I think Day is gone.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. And I don't know who's out there, but interesting times. So I think, I saw the game with Tennessee against Oklahoma. And I don't know. I mean, they Tennessee was on the road, so you got to kind of give them credit. So you can't expect for them to just kind of treat Oklahoma like anybody else. Oklahoma put up a fight. But Oklahoma just, they haven't been known for a defense. I don't think this is one of their great teams. They had to switch out quarterback. It got so bad. And so at one point they made Tennessee look like a defensive juggernaut. So, I'm not trying to discredit Tennessee because a win is a win. But, I just saw a lesser opponent and they were stymied like most of the game until the end. They pulled it out at the end. But 10-point victory. But I don't know. I thought there was just a lot of blown opportunities by Oklahoma on both sides of the ball. A better caliber team would have beaten Tennessee. That's just what I saw. Everybody gets enamored by Tennessee, high-powered offense against lesser opponents. Pretty decent quarterback, but they did get to him. So hell, if Oklahoma can get your quarterback, what you think Georgia gonna do? What you think Alabama gonna do? What you think LSU is gonna do? What you think South Carolina did or is gonna do?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So
I mean,
I don't know about that. So maybe maybe a little bit better. I don't know.
Well, you're right. I mean, as far as Oklahoma, the quarterback, Jackson Arnold. I mean, he is what it is, man. He's mediocre at best. I mean, hell, Oklahoma has pretty decent defense, but it's all about the quarterback, man. If you don't have a quarterback that can, win the games for you, especially in the SEC, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're more likely gonna lose. That's just the bottom line. I mean,
True.
if you look at all the big, and it kind of throws into a nice little segment, Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, yeah.
But look at the Georgia and Alabama games.
Yeah, let's
It
go.
wasn't so much about the defenses, but it really came down to quarterback play. It came down to quarterback play. Every damn game Georgia lost against Alabama, it was always a quarterback that came in and
But
just stole the thunder, man. I mean, Tua. I can go. Damn, Jalen Murray. We have the hardest time with these guys.
well,
So it's all about that quarterback, man.
I would say yes, but I'm gonna go just a little bit deeper than that hole, and we're gonna find out this weekend if I'm right or not. But I think, I think the differences between Georgia and Alabama for the most part is very, very small in terms of as far as the talent level. I think the talent level between Georgia and Alabama is on the same level year after year. They recruit the same pool, they recruit the same best players.
Yeah.
I think one of the more distinct differences between the two has always been Nick Saban. I think that Alabama has had the jump on Georgia because Nick Saban has always been a player or two better than Nick Saban. Than Kirby Smart. Past 5 games, 4 out of 5 games when that they've beaten Georgia, I think he's always so. The reason I say that is because instead of sticking with the same quarterback, whenever his quarterback got in trouble, he changed quarterbacks at halftime. And Saban always seemed to make the right adjustments at halftime on Kirby, and Kirby always falls a play or two short behind those adjustments, although he makes adjustments on those adjustments. And so I think that was one distinct difference. And also the difference between both of the coaches is the type of quarterbacks that Saban started to recruit. Jalen Hurts, just like you said them all. Milroe, Tua Tagovailoa, list goes on with because he switched over from McElroy and those kind of guys. The traditional drop back under center quarterback. So he went to a more athletic, more mobile quarterback for today's game. And you pair that with some of the best receivers. Alabama was nearly just unstoppable. And so Georgia, the main reason that Georgia's been winning championships because they had a mobile quarterback. Like, people don't look. Listen to me, Ho. I know what I'm talking about. Georgia behind Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett was a mobile quarterback. Is a mobile quarterback. Now, he can play up under center. He can do that. He can play the pistol, play the shotgun. When he get in trouble, he can get he ain't got 4.6 speed, but he don't need it. He got football speed, as John Madden would say. He's got football speed, which means he's fast enough to get away, and he's fast enough to hurt you. He'll get you for a first down. He'll get you for a touchdown. He's fast enough at that position and very athletic. Most athletic quarterback that we've had since DJ Shockey.
Yeah.
So and not to say that Carson Beck is not mobile. Carson Beck's mobile. He's not a mobile quarterback, but he's a quarterback that can move. Right. That makes sense.
Right.
And so he's not exactly a statue. Like, he's not exactly, I don't know. Jake Fromm's probably a bad example. But I don't know.
Jake Fromm was mobile, but he wasn't known to be that mobile. But this kind of goes in. I kind of wanted to go ahead and throw Lou on into this, see what Lou got to say. I know I'm going to throw him into the mix. Welcome, Lou, to the show.
Yo.
Lou.
Hey. Good to be back.
Hey, thanks,
Good
man.
to have you back, Lou.
Yeah.
They had a little problem the last time. I couldn't get through. I had some internet trouble, but at least I got it fixed now.
Good, man. Good.
And also, too, I want to address the fan. We got a fan on Brad, and
What we
making
got?
we got the fan here making some funny statements, but I'm gonna address the fan too. Some of the things the fan, some of the things that some of the things the fan has said.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right, so but let me go ahead and make my point real quick. So
all right.
let me
Go ahead.
okay,
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
And then
Go ahead, man.
we'll let Luke get some commentary on that too. But real
Go
quick though,
ahead.
I think,
Go ahead. Oh.
but real quick though, I mean, to your point, how can one man cause the Bulldogs so much damn problems?
Yeah.
But you're right. You're absolutely right. He was the difference maker. He knew how. He was always a step ahead of us. So now we go into this game this weekend. We'll find out with this guy. But I like our chances. I like our chance. I'll get more in detail on that. But the bottom line I want to get to is the fact that the mobile quarterbacks in college football, the mobile quarterbacks are just difficult to defend, even in the pros for that matter. But
Yeah.
Georgia has always had it, regardless of who it is, regardless if it's on Alabama, we just always had a hard time,
Yeah.
dealing with those mobile quarterbacks. And real quick, so to the fan on the Braden Hoover chat line had some interesting comments. One of the comments the fan mentioned was, so when would the Bulldogs get a real QB, real quarterback, and kick some butt? So, so okay, fans. So I get your point. That's funny, but we got a real QB. We got Carson Beck. He's doing this thing. I mean, he got to tighten up a few things, but we got a quarterback. You're right about the defense, and then imagine how good the Bulldogs would be with a real QB. Well, like I said, we got one. So I that's all I got to say on that, Brad. Luke, go ahead and throw your
throw it over to Luke, man.
Yeah, it sounds like we got a fan from Alabama here. I mean, that's what he was thinking. Oh, well, you don't be a real quarterback. Alabama's the one with a real quarterback. So I think there's an Alabama fan that's chiming in here. Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I think you're right, Luke.
Don't worry, for reading anonymous. Come on, look, the Alabama-Georgia rivalry is as old as football itself, and they're going to be at each other's throats, and it's like, my quarterback is better than your quarterback, our cheerleading staff is better than yours, it's part of the whole rivalry thing. It's been going on since the inception of college football. So why should this be any different? Although it's a little bit early to have this kind of rivalry. It's only like the 5th week of the season. We usually say this for like the last week of the season, don't we?
No, well, with Georgia Tech, that kind of
state,
and with Florida before that, but to have Alabama cross-state rival, and then Tennessee shortly after that, it's going to be pretty close. And then Texas, which is a new one, it's not a rival game, but we'll talk about that when it gets around here. But it's a bit early, September. That's early.
Yeah, I mean, you got to ruin the Iron Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get it, guys. I get it.
I do too.
But look, the difference also, guys, is there's a difference. In the good old days, whoever loses this game, this is your season already. It's September. Or whoever loses this game a year or two ago, your season's pretty much done. And then you go into the dreaded bowl game. And so, but this year's a little bit different. Yeah. It's a little bit different this year. And so the difference is whoever loses this game between Georgia and Alabama, it's just a loss. You can win the rest of your games and still be in the playoffs.
Right.
And play for a championship for the most part, is what I'm saying.
Right.
And so not the end of the world, whoever loses this game. You don't want to lose it, but whoever loses the game, there's life after Saturday. And that's going to be the most interesting part about this. We're also going to find out about Coach DeBoer. See how good is he? I know he's good. Everywhere he's been, he's won. He's gonna win in Alabama. You still playing with Nick Saban's players. So he's gonna win a lot of games in Alabama just because of that alone. And so everybody's saying that they're gonna take a step back. That's a challenge. But will he have that magic? We have that extra play or two up his sleeve, just like Saban, to beat Georgia. And if that's the case, then we don't have a Saban problem. It's a little bit bigger. Now we got a psychological problem that Kirby has against Alabama. I'm just going to say it. If Georgia loses this game to Alabama, it's bigger than Saban. That means Kirby's got a problem with Alabama. Mm-hmm. And that's the bottom line. That's that. And if it comes to that, then I don't know. That's big trouble for me, Hover.
So who do you think has more to lose here, Alabama or Georgia? Who would be?
I think Georgia got more to lose. I think the line is on Georgia's side to win this thing. But I think it's on Georgia's side to win it. They lose it. They definitely drop out of the top 5. But I don't know. It all depends on how many points and style points and all that kind of stuff matter a little bit with these things. But they definitely drop out of the top 5, in my opinion.
No question Alabama.
Yeah, you lose this game to Alabama, man. That's what you're gonna have. So that's just my little 2 cents on that whole.
If Alabama loses, that they're gonna be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean.
So real quick, I want to make an announcement. I know who the notorious fan is. The notorious fan is Lester. Lester.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's joined us tonight. So big shout out to Lester for making some nice comments. And Lester, sort of.
He is the PFL master.
By the way, guys, the upset did not happen.
No, it did not.
Pulled it out.
No, it did not. It did not happen. So
ESPN
is so sad.
Well, until
so am I. Sort of.
Lou looks done over there, man. Lou is done. He's done.
I figured Kenny was gonna win, but I left Kenny.
Yeah. I know.
Well, they made it interesting, man. I thought it was close.
Yeah, it's close though. It was close.
It was close.
It was
good season. Good season for them though to turn it around. Turn their thing.
But hey, at least my Liberty is still in play.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. That's good stuff. So guys,
let's put it this way. Although the Dream made the playoffs, pretty much the season was more of a nightmare. Put it that way.
Yeah, man. It wasn't good, man. It wasn't good. No. I wish they lost a couple more games, man. They got a better draft pick, but
yes.
Yeah. We can't win for losing. So
no.
So real quick, guys, what do you think about the game this weekend? Who wins this game and why between the Bulldogs and the Crimson Tide?
Tough one. But I am going for Georgia. I think maybe they got better. I think maybe if they get their defense in order, I think maybe they can have a chance to beat Alabama. So I'm hoping for that.
Yeah.
Well,
who you got, Hope? I mean, no. Let me back up. I know who you want to win. So let me rephrase that. Who do you think's going to win the game as a football fan? Which I know that's a very tough question for you for this one. But
I'm still saying Georgia.
Who do you think wins this game?
I still say Georgia.
Lou got Georgia. Who you got, Hope?
I'm going with the home team.
I know who you're going with, but who you think's going to win, football wise?
Georgia, man.
Why? I mean, why did Georgia? Why are they good enough to beat Alabama this year? They've been getting the butts handed to them for the past 4 out of 5. So why should this one not be, 5 out of 6 or something like that? So,
well, it's like this, Brad. I mean, we know what happened last year, right? We know that we lost the one game that we could have won, and hey,
I'm going,
I'm going with the team that plays defense, and Georgia's gonna. I think they're gonna have a plan to contain Milrose. Contain. I'm not saying they're gonna have a plan to contain him. And man, I mean, look, man. I mean, why? I can't see other than if something were to really go astray. I just see Georgia going in and playing some damn good defense and giving it to Alabama, man. That's just the bottom line. We had a bye week and we were well rested, and I think we're gonna be ready to go in there and give it to them.
Yeah. I think that Georgia's, I forget the number, but Georgia's pretty much undefeated after the bye in Kirby Smart's tenure. And so after the bye, Kirby is one of the most prepared coaches, other than Saban, coming out of the bye, or giving him a week in between anybody to prepare. I think that's the worst thing. You want to catch Georgia while you're on their heels. Give Georgia a chance to lick their wounds a little bit, and prepare. This team's going to be ready physically and mentally. I agree with you, Hope. I think that Kirby always likes to have nuggets. He always likes to have these little edges to kind of keep his team motivated. What's more motivating than getting back at the team that knocked you out of the championships, or kept you from getting the opportunity to defend your championship? Was Alabama. You want your get back, and you got the same quarterback back there, and you played a decent job defensively. But I think if your quarterback played a little bit better, you probably win that game last year. So there's going to be a lot of heat on Carson Beck's shoulders in terms of how Georgia plays. Georgia will win as Carson Beck goes. If he has a good game, Georgia wins. I think the defense would be good enough to stop Milroe. They were decent containing him last year, most of the game. And so I think they would do. Now, Alabama has a real hot freshman, Williams, at receiver. Probably the best I've seen in quite some time. 17 years old, man. So Georgia going to have to find a way to kind of box him up. I think they make him comfortable early and run through him late. Kind of like what they did with Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, so I think they make him comfortable early, then just run through him.
It's gonna be, look, man. It's gonna be a dogfight. We already know that. I just think that Georgia, at the end of the day, I think they're gonna at least win at least by 7. I'm giving them 7.
Yeah, and I can believe that. I can dig it. I can dig it. I think Georgia's gonna be highly motivated, a little bit more motivated than Alabama. They're gonna be at home, but I think that's even more motivating for Georgia to win this game on the road. So they want that crowd to be quiet. They're one of the better road teams that I've seen, other than going against Kentucky. We won't talk about that. We won't talk about that tonight. But yeah, we got that. So guys, let's shift gears a little bit if I could. Let's go pro. Let's talk pro football, guys.
All right.
And I want to start off by talking about we already talked about Eagles, Falcons. My little experience up there was watching that game against Eagles fans, which was very fun. Falcons with the Chiefs. Recap of that. Hopefully, what's the good, bad, and ugly about that game to you, man?
Oh man. Well, I'll start with the bad.
Man, we can't throw the good, man. My God, man.
Yeah, I had to throw a curveball on that one, man. I'm starting with the bad. Sure. The bad is not going for getting the points when you should have. There was a point in the game where we went for it and we was in field goal range, and we should have won and got. It was plenty of time left, and I think we should have won and got those points.
Yeah.
And then as far as the ugly is pretty much play calling. We got to get this damn play calling right. which is 4th and inches. Why don't you? You know, we talked about this, Brad. You know, when you call plays, you think about percentages, right?
Yeah.
So if you 3rd and long or 1st and 5 or whatever it is, but 4th and inches, if I had to tell you, hey man, it's 4th and inches, and you my offensive coordinator, what play would you what play based on percentages would you decide that you would want to run?
I'm gonna tell you, don't even give me no choice. I'm gonna tell you what I do.
What would you do?
I would hit I would go, being that my right tackle was hurt, I would go A gap. Up A gap is up the middle. So A gap is gonna be left side of the center and the guard. That's what I would go.
I like that call.
I would put my jumbo package in there.
I like the call. I'm glad you didn't say you would do something and go horizontal. That's hey, that's what I'm saying. So even hey, we're not the guys. But I'm just saying, hell, I would have called the same what you just jumbo package. I would have took my chance. You know what? I would have got creative. I would have put Michael Penix in there, had his ass in a jumbo, and then did a QB sneak. How about that? 4th and inches. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's 4th and inches.
Hey, I would guess what? I would have put him in there, and then I would have handed the ball off.
Right. Hey, I love it. I love it, man. But this is what I'm talking about. I'm just saying. So that's the ugly for me is the play calling.
Yeah.
What I would like is I would like the Falcons to get the offensive coordinator out of the booth and get his ass on the sidelines. Okay. Yeah. That's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, I agree.
And then my good is Kirk Cousins played better. I like what I saw with some of the I guess you could say plays to play action wise to get things moving a little better. You know, I give that the good. So that's probably my good out of the game. And also the defense. I felt the defense as we talked about, I think the defense really played very well.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I think defense played well. As usual. Bates, that secondary looks really good. But I think let me give you something, man. Let me tell you something that I found out, man. Let me give you some. Just I don't want to stat you to death. I know you hate stats, but but if I want to nitpick about something, my leading tackler was Troy Anderson, which is my linebacker. D. Alford. That's my second leading tackler. That's my DB. Caden Ellis. That's my other linebacker. Jesse Bates. That's my safety. And Mike Hughes. So all I'm saying is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 players, which is over half the players on my team that led with tackles on my team. My first defensive lineman that had a tackle was Onyemata. I'd be damned. That's a problem. Why are all of my secondary and my linebackers making all the tackles?
Well, you know why.
Okay, so I'm just putting these are the numbers. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just saying that. All right. So if I want to be, I think the defense did a really good job. But you don't want you can't, and no sacks, by the way. So well, maybe half a sack. But that defense won't last playing that way for an entire season. So they go. I think we're a little bit light in the tail up front, but you know, neither here nor there. Look, man, 3rd down efficiency, 2 for 9. That ain't good. 2 for 9 is not good. Here's another stat for you. Packers were 1 for 3 on 4th down. Going back to that 4th down, what you said, look, stats could have been a whole lot better if you just went for 2 field goals. I'm just saying it would have put you back at 50%,
Right.
which makes sense. So I'm just saying some of these things that we had, it just didn't make sense. I'm not too enamored. I mean, the passing was fine. Rushing yards, 128 to 82. Falcons didn't even have 100 yards rushing at home, and you're supposed to be a rushing team. 82 yards rushing. That ain't good enough, guys. That's not good enough. 25 rushing attempts. That's not good enough, Luke. 3.3 yards per rush. That ain't gonna get it.
That ain't gonna get
it. In the red zone. 2 for 4 in the red zone. So look, and say that again, Luke.
How you gonna win? How you gonna win games like that? You're not.
No, exactly. Exactly. In time of possession, you're down by 10 minutes time of possession. So the numbers don't lie. They're better than they were 2 weeks, for game 1. But still, that's not what you want to do. That's not a winning formula for the team. Play calling's got to get better by Zach Robinson. I think he's learning on the job. Chemistry's got to get better between Kirk Cousins and his receivers. We know which receivers he likes. He loves Mooney, but there are other receivers there. McLeod, he likes McLeod. But when you're in the red zone, you got to get that ball up if you go in the pitch. Everybody knows about the no call on the pass interference. Fine, I get it. There was a no call. It should have been made. The refs missed it. But not only did they miss the call, but they doubled down and said it would pay out. They doubled down on it. If you're going out, just double down on the lie. And maybe you say it enough, maybe somebody will believe you. But even Kansas City fans were saying, yeah, guys, that was actually a PI. We glad they didn't call it. We thought they were going to throw the flag on that. So even Kansas City fans were saying that was a flag. And so, but I think what would have helped that a little bit possibly, he's going to have to get that ball up to Kyle Pitts, to where he can go up and grab it. And if the guy fouls him or not, he's got to jump on everybody. So he's got Matt Ryan was really good with that back of the end zone thing, the Julio Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez. And so, that's just kind of, my little 2 cents on the Falcons game. So,
but the bottom line is, the bottom line too, man, we already say the ref, it's one of those things. Sometimes they catch it, sometimes they don't. You can't put a game on the ref. The bottom line is you got to go in there and take care of business, and the ref gonna be the ref. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that is.
Yeah, and the thing about it too, it's still on the Falcons because you had chances to score after that no call because the refs gave you 2 calls after that that were questionable. So it were 2 makeup calls after that. Because we messed up. So let's just give them something. And so they made up for the calls during the game, and you still couldn't score, or you didn't make the right decision. Just go for the points, man. You playing against the champs. Playing against the champs, you go for the points and let the numbers take care of themselves. I thought that our defense was getting stronger near the end. So that's my little 2 cents on the Falcons, Chiefs. We got Saints coming up this weekend, guys. So, it's a rivalry game, Lou, for us. It's a big one. The city is up for it. So, what we going to do, Hope? What are the Falcons going to do?
Well, I hope they rise up, but hey.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's not what I wanted to hear, Hope.
Hey, man, let's go ahead and get to the let's go ahead and get to the pickles, man.
Jesus, man.
No, man.
I mean, we're not. Look, man, we're not going into any stats, anything about the Saints, but the Aints and the Falcons. Falcons gonna win this game. We remember what they did to us last year at home, running up the score. James talking about, he gonna run his own play, running it up when the game was pretty much over. Falcons saw that. They already talking about that. We gonna find a way to beat these guys at home, and it's gonna be a good game. I think Falcons win this game by 10.
I think the Falcons going to win this game, definitely. I think it's going to be maybe they win by 3. I think it's going to be some scoring in this game, definitely.
It will be. There'll be some scoring.
And it's going to come down to who has the ball last that can kick the field goal, and I think the Falcons going to be the team to do it. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah.
What
you got
say,
in this
Lou?
matchup, Lou?
Oh, wait, repeat that again.
Falcons and the Aints.
I don't think I'm taking the Aints.
All right.
So Lou's with the home team.
He's with the home team. Did the fan want to weigh in on this?
The fan, do you want to weigh in on the pick'ems? Who do you think going to win, Atlanta Falcons or the Saints?
Oh, wait.
And going.
Wait, can I change that? I'm gonna go with the Saints.
No, can't change. Can't change it, Lou. Can't change it.
All right. So the fan goes with the Falcons. He said that's easy. So home team, we all on the home team, Falcons.
We're all on the home team. Good deal. All right. We got Dallas at New York. Who you got, Lou?
I'm gonna go with Cowboys.
Woo, in New York. All right. Who you got, Hover?
Cowboys all the way.
Oh wow, man! In New York, I'm going New York on this one, man. I think Cowboys suck, man, this year. I'm sorry, man. They just paid Dak a whole lot of money to stink up the joint, and that defense is horrible. I think they got a cancer in that locker room. Michael Parsons trying to get up out of there. It's just kind of like it's a mess from the inside out, man. They are imploding as we speak. So all they got to do is run the ball on them, they'll win this. So I got New York by, a close game. Fan want to win on this one? Or he chilling?
Which game?
Hopefully just went out. Well, let's go on to the next one, Lou. We're gonna roll. Go ahead, Hope.
Yeah, the fan got the Cowboys.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go with the Rams against the Bears. This game is in Chicago. Who you got, Lou?
Sorry, Bears fans, but I'm going Rams.
Woo! Let's go. Hover, who you got?
I'm going with the Rams. I like the Rams.
Yeah, I like the Rams in this one too, man. I'm just Chicago ain't it, man.
Well, the thing about it is, and the fan got the Rams too. The thing about it is that Caleb is still, he's learning on the job. Yeah. I see the potential there.
Oh yeah.
I do think he's gonna get there, but right now, listen, I gotta go with the Rams.
All right, man. We got a rivalry. We got another rival game. Minnesota versus Green Bay. This game is in Green Bay, and it will not be cold. So, Lou, who do you have in this game? Minnesota or Green Bay?
Packers.
It's got the Packers. Who you got?
All right, I'm going with an upset special on this one. I'm going with Minnesota.
Not really an upset because they're undefeated.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I guess
but I get where the Packers. The line is the Packers by 2.5. So there you go. So, who does the fan have?
The fan got the Vikings. He says the Packers got no QBs.
No, they don't.
I gotta agree with that. So yeah,
they don't. That's a good point. That's a good point. This is a good one, man. I gotta put this one up here. The Pittsburgh Steelers, man, been winning a lot. It's been ugly, but they've been winning with the second string quarterback. So you got Pittsburgh going to Indianapolis playing the Colts. So who wins that game? Colts kind of, they trying to find themselves still, man. But who wins this game, Lou? You have Steelers or the Colts?
I'm going Steelers.
Hopefully.
I'm going with the Steelers. You know the thing about the Steelers what I like about the Steelers, they make teams play their style of ball, and you know their style of ball usually is going to be ugly.
Yeah.
Defensively, they can play defense,
and they take the points.
So I what I see in this game is they're gonna be some turnovers, and I see the Steelers doing what they do, win an ugly game. I can easily see them win this game, running a touchdown with the defense running a touchdown, the game over. So I'm going with the Steelers.
Damn. You might be right. You might be right.
The fan.
Yeah.
The fan got the Colts. He said this is easy. If the Colts defense can manage to play some kind of defense. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Lou, I agree with Lou to his yeah, if they can play with some kind of defense. It's a possibility. That's why I say this game is probably going to be an ugly game. But Steelers, anytime Steelers have an ugly game, they usually win.
Yeah. Steelers gonna have to lose eventually. I don't know if this is gonna be it.
Well, you know what? I can see. You know why I can see where the Steelers lose when they play Kansas City.
Yeah.
They can't beat Kansas City.
Oh no, that's
I never know. They always have a hard time with that. So
yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah. I mean, plus, Kansas City got the refs. They got the refs in the pocket too. So
if the Steelers play, I'm gonna tell you the teams: the Ravens, Kansas City. They always have a hard ass time. They lose. Hell, even the Raiders. I think the Raiders give them a hard time too.
Yeah.
But those are usually the teams. And sometimes Cincinnati, they got some problems, man. I don't know what's going on with them.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway, yeah.
So I got Steelers in that one. So look, guys, we got Denver Broncos going to New York to play the Jets. So Lou, I need to hear something from you on this one right here, man. So the line is the Jets by 7.5 in this one over Denver. Who do you have in this one?
Spread's a little high, I think. That the Jets have done well, but I don't think they're worth going to give them 7.5 points. It'll be a closer game than that, but I still think the Jets are going to win it.
Yeah.
They have been a surprise team this year, but up against Denver, I don't think it's going to be such a pushover of a game.
Yeah. Who you got in this one, Hope?
I agree with what Lou said. I think it's going to be a close game. Bo Nix seems like he's getting a little bit of a rhythm. I don't really I still don't really trust him. I think he'll give you a pick six.
Yeah.
But man, I'm going with the Jets. Going with Rodgers, man. Captain Rodgers. I think Rodgers is gonna find a way to take care of business. I think he's got a little rhythm going on as well. So I'm going with the Jets.
Okay. Who the fan got?
The fan said this is easy. Jets all the way. Jets all the way. Defense is too much for Denver, and I agree with him 100%.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah. So, I agree. I got Jets in this one. This is easy.
Yeah, Bo Nix and maybe 2 pick six. Okay, let's keep moving.
They call it in Georgia. We call it Bo Picks. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Roof.
Go Dogs. So look, Philadelphia, have they solved their problem? Have they righted their wrongs, man? So Philadelphia is making another trip on the road, and they're on the way to Tampa Bay, man, going down south, man. So they're going to play Tampa Bay down there at Raymond James Stadium. The line is Philly by 2. So who you got in this one, Luke?
Eagles. Assuming they play.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, he got a good point on that. Yeah, he got a good point.
Who you got over?
Yeah, I like Lou's last statement. I like the Eagles, assuming they play. But hell, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised Tampa Bay pulled.
Yeah.
I
I
would be
mean, Baker.
surprised they win. Baker, you know, Baker, he's doing his thing this year. Godwin been balling. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised. Hell, man, I'm going with Tampa Bay. The hell with
Yeah.
that.
Oh man, my goodness. All right. Okay.
And who the fan got? The fan pick 'em. Okay. Tampa
Let's
did
pick
not
'em.
come to play. He said Tampa did not come to play last week.
Yeah.
All right. So what does that mean? You like Tampa? No, you like the Eagles. He likes the Eagles.
Yeah. I'm going Eagles. I'm going Eagles. I don't. I'm going to take the line Eagles by 2. I like that. I like the line. I'll take the line.
I
Yeah,
tell you,
I'll take the
I
line.
go. I'm gonna go with Tampa being an upset special. All right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, it's not a bad one. All right. Here's a fun one right here, guys. Cincinnati Bengals and Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, this
There
is
you go. That was a lot of fun right there, man.
Hey,
I mean,
this one
you know,
is definitely. Oh,
Joe
man,
Burrow
man.
can't get it right. So would this be the get right game, or would it be the get right game for the Panthers? This game is in Carolina. Who you got, Lou?
This was gonna be a tie.
It might be. It may be a tie.
You both suck.
It might be a tie, man. Cincinnati got problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who you got in this game? Who you got in this game? Oh,
You suck. Da-da-da.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this, man. After what I saw with Cincinnati against I'm finna say the Commodores. I meant the Commanders, but
shoot. On that night shift.
Yeah. On the night shift. I think it's going on a short week for the Bengals, man. I see them losing this one. I see Carolina. You know what's funny about Carolina? I don't know. It seems like since they got who's the quarterback now? Arnold?
Andy Dalton.
I'm sorry, Dalton. Oh, the Red Rifle.
Yep.
I don't know what it is about that, man. It's always funny. Every time you remember when Ryan Fitzpatrick all of a sudden came in and it was just like, damn, it's like it was like what is it? Fitz magic, right?
Fitz magic. Yep.
So I think we're gonna have Rifle Magic. hey, man. I'm just calling it like, hey,
Rifle
man, I think we're gonna have some Rifle Magic in this one, man. I like Carolina, man. Cincinnati, yeah.
They got a funk around them. They got a funk around them right now.
Burrows. I'm not knocking them, but I don't see it, man. I think they defense is.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean,
that team. I don't know.
They spent money on offensive line. I don't know, Jamar Chase. I don't know, man. That defense is just. Yeah.
Hey, and also the fan bring up a good point. The Red Rifle played for the Bengals, right?
Yeah, he did. That's his whole team.
So
motivation.
They're just gonna give some more motivation, and so
in Carolina.
In Carolina, so Rifle Magic, man. Hey, I tell you, man, Rifle Magic. I might ride Rifle Magic in fantasy, man. Man, I don't gave him a little tip.
Yeah, hey, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay.
I don't gave a tip. That's a free one.
That's okay.
Yeah, give me Carolina, bro. Who you like, man?
I'm gonna roll with Carolina in that one, man. I just don't like I just don't like Cincinnati this year, man. They look the same old Cincy to me, man. Defensively, they got a lot of work to do. Lost a lot of key players over the past couple of years defensively, defensive backs. I mean, I think losing Jesse Bates to us really hurt them, man. So defensively, they got work to do, man, in my opinion. So I think Carolina's gonna continue the comeback trail on them. Now I don't think Carolina was that great, but
no, I don't think they're that great either. But I don't think they're great.
Yeah, I think, but I think they beat Cincinnati.
I do think this game is going to have a lot of. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I think it's going to be some scoring.
Yeah.
I think
it will. Yep. High scoring game.
You know, and but I like Rifle Magic, man. I'm going Rifle Magic.
I do too. I agree. Look, man, here's a pretty good one. Arizona and Washington. We were just speaking about the night shift. Let's talk about that night shift. So we got the Washington team going against Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. It's gonna be hot out there, man. Will the Rook be able to take that heat out there? Well, he came from out there, so he should be all right. You're a West Coast kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he should be all right out there in Arizona. So that shouldn't be a problem. Arizona looks good to me, man. So I don't know. Arizona, the line has Arizona by 3. Only by 3 in this one. Lou, who you got, man? You got the Arizona Cardinals or the Washington team?
Yeah. I think I said Washington.
Okay. Not bad.
I don't want to think but
Hover.
You said what the line is? 3?
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun game to watch. To see 2 mobile quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm kind of throwing on that same another short, week for Commanders or the Commodores. Say, however you want to call them, but it's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm gonna go with the Commanders. I think I have a feeling that somewhere along the way, I think the Commanders. Here's the thing: I think the Commanders play a little bit more, play better defense than Arizona.
Yeah.
That's where I think Arizona. Don't get me wrong, Arizona. I like Arizona, but I'm going to take the 3 and I think the Commanders going to get it, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Not bad. What about the fan? Who the fan got anybody in this one?
All right. The fan says Arizona will win because they're at home and should be some points scored. Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I think I don't think you could either. It's a toss-up. I definitely feel this game is a toss-up, but I'm going with the upset special. I'll take the Commanders on the upset.
Yeah, I'm going with the home team. I like Arizona. I think they're really finding a really good groove. I think quarterback is really. I mean, Kyler's really having a good year. As long as he stays healthy, he looks like he's feeling good. He's moving well, throwing the ball pretty good. So I like quarterback play in Arizona, man. Don't know too much about defense, but I think that offense is clicking.
I really like. I honestly, I really like the offense. Don't get me wrong, I really like the offense. I really do.
Yeah. They look good, man. They look really good. So I like Arizona only because they're at home. If they was in Washington, I don't know. It'll be a little bit closer. All right. Last two picks. Last two guys. We got Buffalo going to Baltimore. Okay.
I'm not impressed with the Ravens shirt at all. I gotta go with the Bills.
Woo! I'm quite sure Diane's going with the Bills, so we picked the Bills for Diane.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hover, who you got in this one? The line is 2.5.
2.5. Yes, yeah.
Baltimore.
I'm going with the Bills, man. I just like what they're doing right now. They're balanced on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I was watching the game when they played the Jaguars and Von Miller.
Yep.
I don't know about you, man, but damn, he looking like the Von Miller old.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he coming out the edge, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he
mean intentions.
I don't know what's in the water, in the Kool-Aid, but
Million intentions, man.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. What he doing right now? So, and then on top of that, Josh Allen. I mean, he's just.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. He's almost damn near unstoppable, Brad. I love the way he played. He played. Sometimes it seemed to be a little reckless, but I like. He keeps the one thing about him. He keeps the chains moving. So with all that, man, I'm going with the Bills in this one. Baltimore. I like Action Jackson. Jackson does what he does, but I don't know, man. Something about the defense.
Yep.
It's a little suspect about it.
Yep. And that's crazy to say. Well, finally, after all this time, you're scratching your head over their defense right now. So, yeah. So who's the fan having this one?
All right. So the fan says it's Ravens time. It's Ravens. Time for the Bills to lose. Tucker will win the game. I like the optimism. I like the
time for the Ravens.
Time for the Ravens. Anything can happen, but I just don't think it's their time this time.
Not so fast.
Not so fast. What is it, Lee Corso? Speaking of Lee Corso.
Yeah,
all right. Tell us the story.
All right. Let me get the pick in. I'm tell the story real quick. This game is in Baltimore. I think that Baltimore wins this close game. That's my upset special. That's not really an upset, but I'm taking Baltimore in the close one.
All right.
I'm in the airport, Atlanta Airport. Matter of fact, Atlanta Airport about a week ago on my way on my cruise. I'm sitting down, me and Miss Bread chilling, and we out there and I see this crew of people against the wall. Not big, it's a lot of people there. Then I see this old guy that's dressed pretty nice, no suit and nothing, but just a shirt, tie, and some slacks. And I'm looking, that guy looks familiar. Why do I know this old white guy? Right? So what do I know him from? And it's like, man, this is really killing me. This guy looks so familiar. And I go back, I'm shooting the breeze, and I look, and the guy's on the phone. He's on the phone. He's talking kind of loud. I'm like, oh, that cannot be Lee Corso that I see at Atlanta Airport that's traveling to Florida with me. You're on the same plane. Are you kidding me? And I see Lee Corso, and it's like, and then to validate that, I see people coming up to him, person here, person there. One guy tried to talk to him, and his buddy, he got a homeboy travel with him. Yeah. And then he said, no, he's on the phone right now. Don't mess with it. And another guy came up in there. He finally took a selfie with him. So he got a selfie in, and one or two other people said hello. And so Miss Bread said, aren't you going to go up there and introduce yourself and talk to him?
I do that. That's why I want to hear the story. So,
I texted you, right? And so I'm like, nah, that may not be a good idea. I don't feel right about that. And she said, no, why? That's, she just kept looking over there. Yeah, he's looking over here. I'm gonna wave when he looks over here. And so she waves. I'm looking, oh, hell. But she's just, I can't take her anywhere. And he looking over there like we crazy. And so the opportunity, he's standing there. He just this doesn't, and I'm texting you the whole while this is going on.
Right.
And so I made my mind up. I said, look, if I see him, I nod and I keep it moving. I'm not gonna get up out of this seat, go over there and shake this man's hand and meet him. I'm gonna be real about it. I don't dislike him at all. But me and Hover we've had conversations about Lee Corso that have not been nice past few years. And I didn't feel right, by being, as some folks say, being fake just because he's somebody famous. It's probably a nice guy. He's probably a real nice guy, pretty cool guy. I don't know. But this is Atlanta. I'm not that starstruck. This is Atlanta. We see people around. It's kind of like New York or whatever. We see people. And so I made a conscious decision that said, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep it real. If I see him, I know it. If not, then we're going to keep it real. And I just share it with the Bread and Hope show and say, hey, I met a sports figure that we look at every single weekend. That me and Hova, we start out every game day about something negative on the
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Why is he still working? How does he still have a job? Why is he of all the cuts they've had on ESPN, he survived every last one of them because he puts on a head.
Right.
He doesn't offer anything to the discussion, especially now that they brought Nick Saban on the panel. So it was just all kinds of negative stuff. And I feel at the end of the day, you know what, Lou? I feel good. End of the day, I feel good because I was true to myself. And I wouldn't have felt right if I took a photo and said, look, man, I took a photo with Lee Court. And the conversation wouldn't have been the same between me and Hova every Saturday morning. So now I've protected the sanctity and the sanctuary of our conversations on game day every Saturday, so we can continue the Chris Lee Corso like we've always had. And we be true to the game, Hova. So yes. I held to my guns. So.
Well, hey man, I'm proud of you, man. You know, I mean, but everything everything you said is right. That's why. But it's funny. That's why I was like, when you text me about it, I was like, oh snap! I was like, what if he's just gonna just go chop it up?
What's he gonna do?
Get some selfies and all this that. I didn't like what he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. I was like, knowing Bread, he's gonna keep it real. So I'm
Bread gonna keep it real.
You didn't go ahead and play to the music and be fake about it. But yeah, man,
No.
So
we go. Best believe Bread gonna keep it real. So that's all I got, guys. And we're gonna end the show on the funny note. We're gonna end the show on
that note.
Lou, take us home, buddy.
All right, Enhanced Sports Show rolls on Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Number is 512-543-4662. We'll talk college and pro football, of course. We'll also take your thoughts on week 3 of the season. MLB race is heating up as the last week of the regular season. Will the White Sox break the record for the most pathetic team of all time? Maybe. Then again, maybe not, because they've been winning in September. NHL preseason hockey. We'll also take your thoughts on the upcoming NBA season because their preseason is going to start in a couple of days as well. And for you golf fans, we'll keep tabs on the President's Cup. I know a few golf fans out there. Of course, the best and worst of the month of September, the feel-good story of the week, sports trivia, this week in sports history, and of course, your thoughts and comments are always welcome. Like I said, the number is 512-543-4662 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Saturday. That's Eastern Time, by the way, so just make a note of that. So on that note, we'll say good night.
Good night, Luke.
Good night,
Thanks,
Luke.
man.
Thanks,
Appreciate you joining the show, brother.
Thanks for joining the show.
As always. We want to send a shout out to the fan for joining the show tonight, finally connecting with us.
By the way, the fan had some nice comments.
Cool.
He said, well, with Lee Corso, because he said because he gave you COVID, he would have been. If he gave you COVID, he would be dead as old as he is. Oh, as old.
Y'all ain't right, man. Y'all ain't.
Hey, man. I'm
not taking this beat by myself. Y'all got to come. I'm dragging y'all with me.
Hey, man. Thank you, Lester, man. For
Lester, I appreciate it, brother. Hopefully we get you at least your voice on the show, man, to be part of. But I'm glad you were part of the show. Whichever way you're part of it, man. I sure appreciate it, man.
And we got to make the next roundtable, Bread. So I know
I did. I made the last one.
Oh, you mean okay? I got it.
I made the Lester.
I did.
Talk
Okay,
to
okay.
Lester, talk to him, Lester.
So Lester. Okay.
Talk to him, Lester.
So I got to be up in the mix. Okay.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
All right,
I was there. Look, no, let me tell you. Not only was I on the round table, I was in a cruise on the round table.
Oh man. Okay. So
I was on a cruise.
I definitely
and made
don't
the
have
round
any
table.
I don't have any excuses. Okay, so I'm on the next.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
I'm on the next one.
I'm just saying, you doing your own do. I'm just saying, I made it.
Yeah.
And we had good discussion. And we had good healthy discussion.
Hey, was Brent there? Was Brent?
Of course, Brent was there. When's Brent not there?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, when is he not? Yeah.
Don't worry about Brent.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's all good, man.
It's all good though.
We gonna catch some on the round tables, man, and live it up, man, and have some good stuff, good times. Thanks for joining the show, y'all. See you next week. Brandon Hogan Show.
We out.
Speak on it.